Greetings, sun, moon, and rising sign Gemini. All the Geminis in the house, how y'all doing? This is your full moon message. Right now, November 15th, we are experiencing a full moon in the sign of Taurus. And so we're going to look at what does that mean for your particular sign, because this particular full moon will be impacting us now through the rest of the month for sure. And so when the moon is full in Taurus, it is a time to really look at how have you been grounding yourself? How have you been staying focused? What has your focus been on? And particularly like your time, energy, money, things that bring you pleasure, things that add value to your life. And so when I see this card that came up for you first, the Hierophant is a card. Some people love the Hierophant. Some people don't love the Hierophant. I'm kind of in between. It just depends on what the whole reading is about. But the Hierophant represents structure and order and discipline. It represents institutions such as government institutions or the institution of marriage or anything that comes with certain rules and protocols, either set by you or set by someone else that you have to adhere to and you have to follow. So it is definitely a card of conformity, of being conventional, of not rocking the boat, of following the rules. But then you get this card, Poole d'Arco, and there's a point here where I try to cover up the chest on here, some boobies, but we grown here, y'all. It's just oracle card, so don't, get all worked up. Okay, so anyway, you got to say that nowadays, and when you're uploading content. But anyway, so Poole d'Arco is a plant medicine. I've never personally worked with it, but I hear a lot of good things about it. But it's the wisdom of this plant overall is one that is about nonconformity. It's about challenging belief systems. I believe the Oracle book says that it demands that you rebel against ignorance of the old self and learned paradigms that inhibit the splendor of your self-expression. So in this particular reading, it feels like the Hierophant is showing up to let you know that there are some ways in which you are conforming or living conventionally or even hiding under the guise of conformity. But there is greater self-expression and nonconformity that awaits you. And there's certain on the card, it says metamorphosis. I don't know if you can see that, but in order to have a metamorphosis experience, you can't conform all the time, because at some point it's going to block and hinder your growth. And what is so interesting, when I first saw these cards, not to be political, but I literally thought about a lot of what is going on in terms of restrictions being imposed on women and women's health. And I say that because this card, Poole d'Arco, if you notice over to the side, there's like a vagina and fallopian tubes and ovaries, like right over to the side. And this card came up with the Hierophant, which is saying restriction and limitation. And so what this feels like to me also, whether you're a man or a woman or however you identify, that this is a time for you, this full moon Gemini that we're experiencing in the sign of Taurus is a time for balancing that masculine and that feminine energy for yourself in a way that allows you to adhere to structure and order when it's beneficial to you, but also gives you the courage to free yourself of certain structures that inhibit your growth. And so right now you can get my Golden Power Oil anointing oil at 15% off with the code FALL15. Now, Golden Power is super, super important. It's super, super magnificent. It's a potent oil. It's unisex. I should say that here, especially for y'all's reading. But it's an oil that helps you to shine your light naturally. It helps you, it helps to boost your confidence, and it helps to gives you an aura of magnetism. And so if that is something that you are interested in, Golden Power, again, is on sale right now at 15% off. I only have, at the time that I'm recording this, 2 more bottles left on this batch. I make it in very small batches, maybe once a month. And so once this one sells out, you know, it's gone for a while. And so you want to make sure you get it at 15% off, as well as everything else in my shop is on sale as well. You can use that same code. All right. I think that is it, dear Gemini, for your full moon reading. Peace and love. Happy full moon.